Alright, so I just finished my video showing how to use Scotty as a reinforcement. That's going to be for... Really anybody can do that, but it works really well for, mid to lower level players. That's the most effective way to use Scotty against a Titan that can be frozen. So I'm going to show... just for some of the other people who might be curious how I've been soloing this Titan, I just used, or it wasn't skis that I used, I think it was mathematics. No, it was skis. Ski is the only one that I've used, and I just used it just for that Titan. I'm trying to get to the point where I can solo every single Titan all the way up to 50, and I've basically got it. There's just a few Titans that I've kind of struggled with. But, if I'm ever going to, consistently get over 70, I've got to learn how to solo every Titan. So this is the team that I've been using. It's not really necessary to bring these really big potions with me. I just use these regular ones. Sometimes I get into trouble if I just get really, really unlucky. So for the sake of the video, I'll just go ahead and bring the bigger potions. This is my setup. I use Scotty. Now I've done a lot to really try to maximize these runes. But remember, it's much more important that she hits than it is to do a shit ton of damage. So, yeah, my accuracy is pretty high. Yeah, my leech is pretty high. And I also do have a pretty high attack, but that's because I really soaked some really nice runes into her. I've even considered, trying to get her, trying to switch this attack into leech. Part of me doesn't want to get rid of that extra 180 points of attack damage, but sacrificing a little bit of attack to get a much higher chance to leech, I think I'm going to do that. But before I even focus on trying to do things like that, I need to maximize some of these other runes. Like, I need to get another target rune or focus rune that's not poor quality, so that there are other ways that I can, beef her up instead of trying to roll the dice and try to get, the exact secondary bonus that I need. I've explained Neth before. I don't know. Does this do this to you guys? My Neth, the graphic doesn't show up. It doesn't show up in the, it doesn't show up in the arena. It doesn't show up when I use his ability. I'm not sure, what's wrong with Neth right now. It still works just fine. As you can see, the only thing I really care about Neth is health and his dodge. I've got his up to 65. I could even get that a tad higher. I just need some more money. Gold, I should say. Tusk, I really never change him. He's primarily meant for health, defense, and destroy. I've got a pretty nice destroy on him right now. I don't really care about anything else. I've got that little extra accuracy. When he does hit, it's nice to get that extra destroy. For this Titan, I might actually do that, but my piercing runes are so nice on him, I don't really want to mess with it. So I'm happy with this right now. Jariz, he's awesome. Now that I've got him to 6 stars, I've got that extra destroy. He comes with his own accuracy. I just added a little dodge. I don't really care if he dodges or not, because he blocks. When I use his ability, it blocks 60% of the damage. And as long as I'm over like 15,000 HP, there's no way that this Titan can kill me. I've said before, I said it earlier, about how sometimes I just get kind of unlucky, and you'll see what I mean. Again, Scotty has 34% chance to leech. I should leech 1 out of every 3 times, but it happened a while back where I went it was I'm not exaggerating, 6 or 7 times where I used her ability and it just wouldn't proc. I couldn't get it to leech, and it was my first death against this Titan. It was very frustrating. So anyways, I'll show you how this works. I used to wonder how much stronger the Titan would get as you get to, past 50. It goes up in much smaller increments, but he definitely gets stronger. He definitely has more HP. He definitely does a little more damage. It's nothing like, when you go from 40 to 45, 45 is way harder than 40. 70 is not that much harder than 65. It is, but it's not, it's not exponential growth like it was before. So anyways, he's got 2 turns to attack. That means that I've got to use a star potion. The right move is to always use it on Tusk, because that buys you 5 turns of tempo to do that. Neth would only buy you 2. So I used Tusk that charges Neth, which charges Scotty almost, and in 3 turns I'll be able to go ahead and hit her, which is fine because in 3 turns that's when his barrier is going to go away. So as you can see right now, he's got 1 turn of stun, he's got 2 turns to attack, and I'm going to freeze him for 3 turns. My Jari's at 6 stars. He blocks 60% of the damage for 6 turns instead of 5. So I can use my Jari's now. Okay, so I'm going to speed this up. I'll just you guys get the gist of what I'm doing. I'm just going to try to fly through this. So I'm going to use Neth first. Or no, I'll use Neth first. I can explain the math later on if anybody's interested, but it's better to use Neth first because he'll proc off again, and I can only use Tusk certain times, whereas I can use Neth whenever I want, and Neth can keep charging everybody much faster than Tusk can. As you can see, I've already gained enough tempo to where every cycle I'm gonna be way ahead. Now he's at turn 4 plus the 3 for freeze, so I don't want to use Jari's until next turn. And Jari's charges everybody 1 point as well, so it's just a very fast team. While he's frozen, I really want to maximize Jari's and Scotty's damage. Now, it can be really tempting to try to use Tusk right now, but if I were to use Tusk right now, it would say resisted. I wouldn't actually stun him. I'd still get the 2 energy, but I don't want to try to stun him until after he's attacked. As you see, it's heavy damage, even though I'm blocking 60% of it. Sometimes I just get unlucky and he hits Neth, and Neth is the one that's taking most of the damage when I get hit like that. But now, see, but right there, even though I'm not even without her ability, if I get a 21, or even when he's frozen, Scotty can really regenerates a lot of health for me. So this is the one I'm hoping that procs off, and it doesn't. I've always got the star potions if I want to charge her again to try to do that attack again while it's still frozen. But again, it's just rolling the dice. Like I said, I need to have like over 15,000 HP to guarantee that I won't die from a triple hit. I'm going to wait these 3 turns and see what kind of damage Scotty does. See, I really want some blue to show up right now. And of course, it's not going to do it for me. And I gained like a little over 2,000 HP from that. Now I could gain some more. It won't be nearly as much because I'm not getting that triple damage, and I'm just not getting any blue cards right now. And I should have used Jari's a long time ago. I'm talking too much. It's fine. I've got so much tempo. It doesn't even matter. Next turn, I'm going to have to use a potion because I just got to play it safe. And you see, I probably didn't even need to do that, but it's always better to just play it safe. Seems like she always leeches whenever I'm at full health. There it goes. back to full health. And now that he's white, I'm just gonna start ripping through him because both Jariz and Tusk both have destroy, and it's just gonna chip away at him really, really fast. As you can see, I really do want to increase Scotty's leech. If I could sacrifice, 500 attack total to get an extra 10% of leech, that would turn this fight around for me way more often. I mean, I would gain so much more if she had, 10 to 15% more leech. That was a hard hit. I have tried using Scotty's ability twice per cycle. I know that it doesn't freeze the second time and it won't do as much damage, but it's still to do a little extra damage, and it's just really dangerous to do that. I've got it to work a couple of times, but if you make a mistake at all or if you do something too early, it really puts you in a bad position. I was fortunate to get that leech right there. And again, that's why it's so important to have, a pretty solid leech on her. Even 34% right now, I feel like it's not high enough to be consistent. I really want to get her in the mid to high 40s, possibly 50. I'd feel a lot safer if I was able to do that. If I had her over 50% leech, I feel like I could take this Titan to 100 every week. Not every Titan, but definitely this one. I think I'm going to finish him in this cycle. He's burned me a lot this fight. It's people from work. There we go. And I got the leech at the very final hit. That's wonderful. But as you can see, I could get unlucky and just not leech. I've got those potions if I need them. I don't even really need to use the big ones. I just use the smaller ones. But if I had, the higher leech, I could keep this going. Yeah, it looks like we're really making some progress. Like I've said before, I'm not like really thirsty for that top 10 spot or top 20 or anything like that. I really just want the guild to have fun. That's why I like making these videos. I like for everyone to sort of, find their little... once you find a team that really works for you, it really just opens the game up for you, and then you can like really focus on trying to fine-tune those characters. If anybody has any questions, I can go through and explain, rune setups and things like that. And like I said before, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Ludante, I guess. Later on, if you want, we can get in Discord on the voice chat, and you can ask, specific questions, and that way it'll be easier to like kind of go back and forth to kind of explain everything. Anyways, hope this helps. You guys have a great weekend.